Well, I don't know if you could see behind me over my shoulder over here. That's a line of people that are waiting to get testing for COVID. This is free testing we have in the District of Columbia. And I'm out my walk, about to walk to the Capitol, not down to see Abe. But I saw this, and I don't really see the tents down here over my shoulder that they're vaccinating, or not vaccinating, they're testing people, and it's for free. Actually, I went running yesterday, about 2 days ago, and they had it over in Georgetown where I was for free, but I couldn't remember the name of my healthcare system, but it's free anyway. But what I want to tell you about is what's going to happen probably with the Biden, new programs. I mean, I assume, everybody sort of seems to assume that the election won't be overturned, but if it does, what I tell you, it doesn't make sense, but most likely it is, and it's to really start preparing. And what I'm going to talk about is really not the stimulus programs, because they're baked in. That's going to happen. Both sides want to do it. They just have to get this election out of the way, and whether they do it before Biden comes in the office or not, that's up to up in the air now. So nobody really knows, until they start working again and see if they can do something, that they agree on, maybe a little, because they don't have to worry about getting elected, and all the Republicans, almost all of them, got elected again, so they don't have to worry about that, and proving it can, sometimes you have to, show a side of you that you really don't agree with, but you have to rely on the people, the support of the people that think that way because you're the guy, well, that's all, that kind of stuff. But what Biden's talking about now is doing that he can do just as soon as, he gets in on January 20th, are a couple things that will affect you money-wise, okay? One is premium subsidies on health care. In other words, the same way that Obamacare has you have to, there's subsidies that you have to pay when you go to the health care, a deductible, $1,000. So I think what he wants to do is pay for that. So you don't have to pay for the co-pays and all this kind of stuff. So that, is going to be a benefit. Also, what he's thinking about doing is 100% payment of Cobra. Do you know what Cobra is? That's, when you have a job and you get health insurance, when you lose your job, well, you could keep your health insurance under a program called Cobra, like the Cobra snake. So this snake lets you just keep your health insurance, but you have to pay the premium. So in other words, if you leave your job and you have health insurance with your job, well, Cobra allows you to pay for your premiums after you lose your job. But you still got to pay, right? Even if your employer was paying before. What he's proposing is to have, and I guess he could do this with like Trump did, signing proclamations or whatever those things are, do that. 100% Cobra during the crisis. So as long as we still have the crisis, what he's talking about is paying for whatever it costs you to continue your Cobra insurance that you had when you were employed. So that's sort of interesting. Also, what he's thinking about, and he can do with a stroke of a pen, he announced that he wants to lower Medicare. Okay, that's medical help for old farts like me, okay? And it starts at 65 and lower that to 60. Wow. That's a lot of old people who voted for Biden, I'm sure, are going to be happy campers if they do. Medicare is great. I mean, it's stupid. I pay very little for health care. It's amazing, and I got great coverage and everything. Also, what he's talking about is a special enrollment period. Okay, now you can only sign up for the government health care, Obamacare, whatever we call it, at certain times. And what you can do, what he wants to do, is open that enrollment period now so people can sign up and don't have to wait for the next open enrollment to apply for that. So that's pretty good. Also, I see what he wants to do is increase testing So, see like what they're doing here, testing for free around the country. What he also wants to do, I think, is get a national program. So to increase the testing, increase the contact tracing, increase all the stuff. Some of the states were doing it, some of the states were not doing it. So we had a mishmash of stuff. So he's planning and getting the CDC back involved to have requirements set on what you need to go back to work, what you need to go to school, all that stuff. Now I think it's the local county governments are doing this stuff. So to get some national standards for this, that's what he's trying, and guidelines, so that all states are the same. You leave one job, go to another job, and whole new ball game, right? So what the hell you do? Now the other thing that I think that means money in your pocket is contact tracing. So they're talking about hiring 100,000 people for contact tracers now. Okay, now I talked about this before, and I think this is an income opportunity, for people, particularly without a degree, because right now you could still go to Coursera, C-O-U-R-S-E-R-A, Coursera.org, Coursera.org, and when you get there, that's a place you could take free courses. Okay, now what they have is Johns Hopkins University, which is the guru of contact tracing, has a free course, I think it's about 6 hours, that you could take for free and get a certificate. No background, you don't have to worry, that kind of stuff. So you could take that course for free on Coursera and start applying for these jobs. They are popping up now. I just looked, I think there's about 10,000 of them or more right now on Indeed. That's only one source, Indeed.com. And actually members, Let's Go Help members have been taking that course and said, well, they're getting jobs because their application goes to the top of the pile because they've taken a course on how to do this by the biggest university in the world who trains people to do this. So you can get that free training at home and then get a job at home as a contact tracer. And you don't need big computer skills and stuff like that. Actually, it's more personal skills because you have to talk to people. And that's really good too, because start learning those skills again. I think we lost those skills with the internet about using people and talking to them and what you could get by just talking to people. And that's a good skill set to have. And it's a good skill set to just know about contact tracing. I mean, so you can always put that, I have a certificate from Johns Hopkins University as a contact tracer. Actually, and then you can go to Harvard, has courses too on beginning computers. And you can put that. See how you could build that resume with all kind of certificates, man, that cost you nothing from the biggest universities in the world. Now that's pretty cool, because that's what it's about, I think, in the future, is having skills, not getting a degree or whatever, but a goddamn skill to do something. And help somebody, perform or make money or whatever it is. And you can do that now because on the internet you get so much learning. And now with COVID, everybody's learning that way. People paying billions of dollars for PhDs are all just doing it on the internet, right? So you can do that too for free. So that's, I think, the kind of stuff that's coming down. There'll be more like that, I think, almost every day. Start paying attention on how little opportunities will pop up. And then it's keeping track. I'll try to help you keep track of them too. That's what Let's Go Help is about. So you're first in line to know about this kind of stuff because it goes. And, that's all. You want to be where, like surfboarding, you want to be at the beginning of the wave, not at the end of the wave, where the wave finished at the beach and is pulling out back to the ocean again. No! You want to catch the top of the wave going in. So let me help you do that.